Who wants to go for a swim? Abzu. Not exactly a new video game, but one I've been meaning to get around to for a while. I played this on stream. When is this video going to come out? Last week, most likely, or possibly more recently, or longer ago. I don't know. But I played this not too long ago on my gaming stream right here on this channel, and it was something that I was really interested to try because a lot of the members of the team that made this also made Journey, which is one of my favorite video games, and Flower, which is a game I really like, but I can't play anymore because while it is not strictly speaking first person, because there is like the little flower petals, like it is close enough to first person that it makes me motion sick. So I can't really play Flower anymore, which is a shame because I like it, but I love Journey and I am still able to play that. I bring up my motion sickness from time to time. It's worth noting that it's not automatically fully 3D rendered worlds that give me motion sickness. It has to do with the camera and the nature of how it moves. So first person games completely out. I even slow moving ones like the Stanley Parable, and I tried the demo of Date Everything. They make me motion sick within a matter of minutes. I can't deal with those at all. Third person, I can, depending on how much I'm expected to swing the camera around. Because in third person, I have a central figure who is a stabilizing factor, the player character in the center of the screen. But in either high intensity action or games where you're expected to like really explore and look at the space in great detail and you have to swing the camera around to do that, that's the stuff that'll make me motion sick. But slower paced stuff like Journey, Dredge, and Abzu, I'm able to play despite my motion sickness. There was like one bit that started to set off my motion sickness. If you played the games, it's the first time you encounter the mines. Those things hitting me like was sort of sending the camera in some directions. I could feel, because like first time for me with motion sickness is I start to sweat. I felt it forming. But thankfully that was brief enough that it didn't really take hold. So I was able to play through it. I played through it in one session, which means that unless you are doing the explory thing and like on the achievement hunt or what have you, it is a game that you can wrap up in about 2 hours, which I don't think that's a problem. That is also true of Journey. That's also true of Flower. Like the length of the experience isn't the point, especially given that it is meant to be an immersive, just isn't it a nice feeling to dwell in this space kind of a game? And it is that. Like in many ways, this is a mashup of Journey and Flower in terms of the way it progresses and the way that it feels to play. Presentation wise, it is basically just underwater Journey. Journey being a game where you start out in a desert and then you climb a mountain. This is a game where you are in the water and explore the ocean. But in terms of like the little hints you get of like maybe some older civilization, there's some ruins, there's this, it's all very, and like even some of the times where the camera control is taken from you, like so you can get a profile shot of what's going on, like incredibly, like that's straight out of Journey's playbook. And it does work quite well. Mechanically, it bears a lot more resemblance to Flower, though, because since you are swimming, you have freedom of movement in 360 degrees, whereas in Journey, you were subject to gravity. So that was a bit more of a platformer in that way, whereas this is not. So it does kind of mash those two things up. I don't mean to excessively compare it to Journey. I kind of have to. Like, I don't know what else to compare it to. Between the two, I like Journey better, partially for the mechanical reasons. Like I like the fact that I'm grounded, I'm rooted to the ground, and I don't have to worry about 360 degree. And also as a result, that meant like some of the more hype moments in that, like when you're sliding down the sand dunes for an extended period, or when you get those airbursts that like let you effectively fly for a short time, those feel really amazing because you can feel the difference in how your movement is. The equivalent in Abzu is you catch a current and just move faster. Like in the manner that you've been moving pretty much the entire time, just faster. And while it's nice, it doesn't quite hit the same. You know what I mean? But I'll try and drop the comparisons. Abzu is a beautiful game, which I knew it would be. And the music, the score is amazing. Again, I knew it would be. Austin Wintory is a absolutely incredible composer, and the soundtrack to Journey is one of my favorites in video games. This one's also really good, and it captures like the best thing, the reason to play games by these developers. Just getting to freely explore and be in and dwell and feel enveloped by these spaces, by these beautifully rendered and realized spaces that don't require the most cutting edge graphics in the world to look super realistic, because it's done in an art style that captures beauty without needing to like burn a hole through your graphics card. It's games like this that really, to me, unveil the lie of the notion that to be good, games have to be on this visual cutting edge, the most super realistic graphics, the most processor intensive stuff. No, they don't. With well constructed art direction, you can get so much. And this game is another game that just really, really emphasizes that astoundingly well. It is a mostly chill game, a mostly low intensity game. I don't think there's actually a failure state in it, which, again, not super surprised by given this developer. But that also just adds, like, they don't make... I'm not going to say there's no degree of challenge. Like, there's a few things you have to do, a couple very rudimentary sort of puzzly sort of things. But the point is to experience the immersion of the place. And that is something that video games, specifically if they've been designed to and geared towards doing that, do incredibly well. Better than most other mediums, honestly. And to really feel fully enveloped by the setting and by the mood of it. And like, to cite an example outside of this team's work, Gree or Gris or however you pronounce it, that's another one that does a really good job of immersing you in a tone and a mood and a setting, and you get to just kind of be in that place. And I really appreciate games that do that. I understand that that's some people, that's not why they play games. They play games for the challenge. They play it for something more tangible than this sort of nebulous mood mellowness that games like this give. But if you enjoy this, or if you can get on the wavelength of it, I really love games like this. And they're really hard to make well. Because if you do it badly, then it just feels like a tech demo. Like you're just wandering around a space that is waiting to be used in a proper game. But this isn't one. These don't feel like that. And that sort of really speaks to the craft of the people who made it. I'm still way more likely to replay Journey than I am to replay this. I still really enjoyed this, and I'm really glad I played it. Abzu, have you played it? What'd you think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, drop something down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Patreon pays the bills and enables me to do this as my living. Even if you can't help me out that way, like, share, subscribe. Those also help. Don't worry too much about it, though. We take a relaxed attitude around here, so just come on back next time you need a break. And now to shout out my highest supporting patrons: Robin Moore, Jared Boyce, Zubin Lutfula, Auntie Kate 808, Mira G, Angry Casperl, Dave Hall, Oliver B, Sean Miller, Welsh Wrestling Geeks, Melissa Pedersen, Becky Sparks, Ulrich, Loki Eris, Tracy Scrabbit, Pal Barabajoggle, Sir Didymus is my favorite, and starting this month, I'm going to shout out 3 random supporters from the other tiers. So this month, my thanks to Tommy Castronova, Tim Price, and Caramelized Catherine. If you want to hear me shout you out, check out the reward tiers on the Patreon. You know, I put them one on each shoulder, they consolidated immediately. So, thanks, guys.